Alright guys, welcome back. This is a major emergency alert. We are now getting a secret revealed from Biden right now of a illness that he has. Alright, this was just revealed today and this is big. This could change everything. Alright, and it's being revealed that Biden's doctor has been meeting with specialists of this certain disease that is potentially affecting President Biden right now. Right? So this is big. And this is something that's actually been going on for almost a year now. Almost a year straight this has been going on. And they've been hiding it the whole time. They were hiding this illness and the sickness that he has. That's completely... This should change everything. Alright, this should change everything. They've been hiding it. Alright? And they've known about this for almost a year now. On record. We have the record for it that this has been going on at least since August 2023. And it's now July 2024. Alright, so this is big. And we've seen so many different things pointing to this as well. Alright, I want you to look at this article really quick too. That just came out 2 days ago. Alright, Biden was in a meeting with the governors of multiple different governors around the country. Right, they were having this crisis meeting a couple days ago. That's even what they were calling it in mainstream news. And Governor Josh Green from Hawaii, he was asking him if his health is okay. And Biden responded by saying that his health is fine, but, quote, it's just my brain. That's what Biden said just 2 days ago. So he said, my health is fine, but it's just my brain. So he's insinuating there's something wrong with his brain in this meeting that he had just 2 days ago, this governor meeting. Right? And now this is being revealed that his doctor has been meeting with neurological experts for this certain disease that could be affecting him. And he met with him over 8 different times. Biden's doctor has met with this neurological expert for this specific disease that he's an expert in. So this isn't a coincidence or anything. Something's going on. And these meetings were going on until midnight. One of them went until almost midnight. Right? What's going on? Why are they having these doctor meetings till midnight? What's going on? So let's dive into the details here, guys. Really quick, please just hit it up for me down there. Hit that like, that subscribe. It helps to get these warnings out so people know what's going on. Alright, but just so you can see really quick, here is the quote from Biden just 2 days ago. Alright, and then this now confirms what we're hearing today, Saturday, which just broke, that Biden's doctor has been having these secret meetings for this disease that he has. Right? And you can see here, just 2 days ago, he said, there's just a problem with my brain. He said, it's just my brain. He said, my health is good, but it's just my brain. All right, that's what Biden said just 2 days ago. And then I want you to look at this. All right, this is very serious. And this should not be hidden from the American people. This should not be a secret. We should be able to know if our top officials, especially the president, right? This person has the nuclear codes. This person can make very drastic decisions. This isn't even just like a local leader, a judge, even a governor. This affects everyone. This affects the entire world, the decisions that this person makes. And there's potentially a major compromise going on right now. These secret meetings were just revealed. So I want you to look at this. All right. This is a meeting, and this is one of 8 meetings. There's been 8 meetings. This one just got revealed, and this meeting was at the White House. You can see location, the White House. And this expert, his name is Kevin R. Kennard. Okay? And he has been going to the White House, and he was meeting with Dr. O'Connor, which is Joe Biden's main doctor since he's been in office since 2021. All right, he's been his doctor for 3+ years now. This is his main doctor, and he met with him 8 different times while Biden was there. And this is one of the ones we have on record from the visitor log that was just released recently. All right, because they are delayed. They delayed the release of the visitor logs by months, and we just got this revealed. All right, so, and look at the timing of this. All right, appointment ends at midnight, 23:59 hour. All right, that is right before midnight. Why is this specialist here? Why is Kevin here meeting with Dr. O'Connor at midnight? All right, from 5 o'clock in the afternoon all the way to midnight. 7-hour meeting with this doctor. Something was going on. Were they doing neurological tests on him? And this is a top neurological expert on Parkinson's. All right, this is the top guy at Walter Reed Medical Facility and Medical Hospital, which the president goes to. That's the main one that the president goes to all the time, Walter Reed. And he is the main guy for Parkinson's at Walter Reed, Kevin R. Kennard. This is insane. Why would he meet with him 8 different times? 8 different times they met. All right, that is not normal. Not normal at all. And we have not been told about this. These meetings have been going on since August 2023. Kevin has been going to the White House and meeting with Dr. O'Connor since August, and has done it 8 different times from August to now that we know of. All right? So, and potentially even more times that haven't been revealed yet. And people only found this by really digging through the White House visitor records and everything. So this is massive. Why is Biden's primary doctor meeting with the Parkinson's expert at Walter Reed Medical Facility? All right, and check out this article. It says Biden's doctor reportedly met with top neurologist at White House. The Parkinson's expert at Walter Reed Medical Center has visited the White House 8 times since 2023. All right, so this is on record. And why is this happening? Does Biden have Parkinson's? Does he have pre-Parkinson's? I'm not even saying maybe he does 100%, but this is a Parkinson's secret that is being kept, and maybe he does. Okay, there was also reported just yesterday as well, there were some reports coming out that of a potential medical emergency that Biden had while on Air Force One. Okay, the White House came out and denied it and said that is not true. All right, but there was also suspicious things going on at Air Force One where the press were all forced to leave and not be on the plane very suddenly right before takeoff. All right, and they were kept far away and not allowed to get close to Biden or ask him any questions. All right, so there were unusual things going on, and people were speculating potential medical emergency, but the White House said it's not true, and there was a spotting of Biden afterwards as well. But it's not, that doesn't mean something didn't happen just because they saw him, okay? And the White House didn't reveal this and hid this for 11 months, almost a year. So they said it's not true, but can we really trust 100% what they're saying on things like this? Can we really? I don't know. What do you guys think? It seems a little sketchy, if you ask me. All right, but this is big. 8 different times he met with this doctor. And look, there's 4 people here. Biden was here. Biden's doctor is not meeting with this neurologist Parkinson's expert from Walter Reed by himself at 5 p.m. This was my theory when I saw the time frame, is that I'm not an expert on this. I don't know. a ton about this or anything, but this is something that I've seen before, I've read about, and it just clicked in my head. Maybe this is what they're doing. People that have Parkinson's, it's thundering and lightning here, right? It's been crazy. Sorry if the rain has been like overwhelming the sound or anything. I'll try to cut out the background noise. I try to do that for you guys, just in case there's any noise fuzz in the background. All right, but this happens with people with Parkinson's. Okay, they have like a sundowning period where once it's 5 o'clock till they go to sleep, they're very confused. They're very upset. They're disoriented. It's like it really kicks in the high gear in the after hours. Okay, and maybe they had this appointment for the after hours, okay, to see how he's doing. To see how he's doing in the evening. Okay, after 5 p.m., maybe they had this neurologist watch him for 7 hours in the evening to see how he was acting. Because this is probably peak time, and they're like, hey, come here and see what he's doing. This is when he acts out. This is just a theory. I'm not saying this is true. I'm just theorizing in my head. All right? I'm not saying this is what's happening, but I'm just speculating. Why is this doctor here for 7 hours? So this might be an issue for him, and then they're saying, hey, come here and watch him while this is happening. And so you can see it for yourself and diagnose this potentially, right? And see what's going on. And the whole thing is just a mess, right? It's sad for everyone, right? I feel bad. I don't want to be hard and ramping on someone that has Parkinson's, right? But they're the president of the United States. The president should not have Parkinson's. They should not be like this. This is not fair to anyone. It's not fair if he really does have this. This is not even fair to him. Who's forcing him to do this and continue like this if this is really happening, right? This is like Weekends at Bernie at this point. They're just dragging someone across the finish line. Okay, so he can be potentially replaced after the election with Kamala. That's most likely the plan, right? But this is cruel and unusual for everyone involved. For the country, this isn't fair for us as a country if this is actually happening, and this is what's been happening for a while, and this is part of the reason why the country is kind of falling apart, is because nobody's at the helm. Nobody is steering the ship. There's no leadership or guidance. This isn't fair to anyone. This isn't fair to our country, fair to the world. Everything America does affects the entire world. All right, this isn't fair to anyone involved. And there's a part of me I feel bad, right? Because this is insane. How are we at this point where a president could potentially have Parkinson's? They have 8 meetings. It's right here in The Guardian. And there is a lot of talk about replacing Biden very soon, right? I don't think it's possible before the election because it's so close. How is he going to get on the ballots and everything? It's just, I don't think it's going to work. But you can even see here, Senator Mark Warner works to gather Senate Democrats to ask Biden to exit race, right? This is wild. And you can see here, here's Mark Warner standing with Biden, right? He's the guy on the far right over here. With Biden, right? This guy's in the inner circle of this group, and he's even saying, look, openly, he's saying Biden's got to go, and he's trying to get other senators on board to give him the boot, right? So this is a lot of chaos. This could be part of the chaos, honestly, where we enter into some type of constitutional crisis and things have to be suspended or changed. We have to have a new election, or we have to have who knows? I don't know. Maybe they're revealing all this, so it's like, yeah, this election wasn't legitimate. right? And maybe we need to have a new one with a new candidate, because you guys are right. Biden was incompetent and had Parkinson's, and I'm just throwing out a theory here, and we have to invoke the 25th Amendment and get rid of him. All right, this could be part of it too. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is here, but everyone's on board. Even the Democrats, this is a tight circle. They would not allow Mark Warner to come out and openly call for Biden to go like this. Right? There's a lot of mutinies going on here. Right? There's a lot of people just ready to get rid of him. And they're being allowed to push this narrative. All the mainstream media comes out at the same time saying, oh, look at Biden after the debate. Normally they would defend it. All right? Normally in normal circumstances they would double down, triple down, be like, this was the best debate we've ever seen in our lifetime. All right? This was the greatest, most American debate we've ever seen. All right? That's what they normally would say, double down, triple down. But that's not what they're doing. Everyone's turning at the same time. So it's kind of suspicious too. What is their real plan? What's really going on here? Right? Do they want to have this out in the air so it compromises things? And they're saying, wait a minute, it wasn't fair. Just like I'm saying, this isn't fair to the American people. This isn't fair to anyone to have to be dealing with this. We should not be dealing with this. Worrying about our president's health. It's absurd. We need to be worrying about our country, the economy, our borders, right? Everything else needs to be worried about. That's what we need to be worried about. We shouldn't even be talking about this, all right? But we have to, because this is our country and it's falling apart. Right? I don't even know. Can we even get 5 more months? Are we going to get 5 more months down the road? I don't even know. Are the wheels just going to fall off before we get there at this point? I don't know. Maybe this is part of the plan, is sowing the chaos. Right? We shouldn't even be talking about this. Shouldn't even have to bring this up, that Biden's doctor's meeting with Parkinson's neurologists. It's given. I feel like I need a neurologist right now dealing with this, because it's scrambling my brain. Because this is insane. When I saw this, I was like, is this for real? Are we really? Is this 8 times he went to the White House, this expert? That's not a coincidence, folks. That's not just a one-off test. Oh, he's just doing a little test on, a little neurological test. One time, one and done, he's good. They're doing prolonged testing here. They're trying to make a diagnosis, or they already have an active diagnosis, and they're trying treatment and things like that here. All right, this guy doesn't just leave Walter Reed and show up at the White House 8 times for no reason and stay there for 7 hours in the middle of the night. Have you ever been to the doctor at midnight? Maybe if you had a baby or something, or an emergency, but nobody goes and sees a neurologist at midnight. Nobody does that. It's not normal at all. Maybe you go see him in the day if you have an issue, you're having a problem, which clearly there are some type of issues going on. Biden even said his brain. He said, it's just my brain. That's why I wanted to start this video with that quote. Because why would he say that? Why would he say, it's just my brain? He knows something's going on. He knows. We're lucky he hasn't slipped up and said it already by now. Or maybe we would be lucky if he told us. Or he's lucky, I guess, he hasn't slipped up and said it by now. Because he's already said it's just his brain. He says his health's fine. But something wrong with his brain. Out of his own mouth. Biden said the ABC News. Right? So let me know what you guys think of this. It's a really sad state our country's in. This is kind of, he kind of is the mantle for our country right now. This is kind of the state our country is in. A very bad state. Brain damaged. Just sad state to be in. right? That's the state our country kind of is in, and he kind of represents that, right? And I'm not trying to be overly harsh here. I feel bad to an extent if this is really what's going on, but he needs to tell us what's going on and step down or whatever he needs to do so it's fair to the American people. And then we can have the talk about, what's going to happen. But maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want him to step down so they can bring in someone new, because they know that the numbers and the polling and everything, it really does not look good. Even the CNN poll I was seeing, it was saying like 65% of people thought Trump won the debate. And the numbers are shifting in every single state away from Biden. All right, so maybe this is part of the plan. Maybe they want to get rid of him. Maybe they want to force this out, so it's like out him. It's like, we know you have this. We're going to tell everyone, so you have to resign. It almost seems like that's the game plan at this point. Like, they want him out, because there's no way they would allow these stories to be run. There's no way. There's no way. They would try to shut it down, and they'd be like, this is a national security risk. You're not supposed to say this, but for some reason they're allowing all these stories to come out. All right? So maybe they want him, because they know he's not going to just resign on his own. All right? Look, you're not going to get a president, especially Biden. He's been running for president for 40 years. He's been saying he's going to be president. Right? He's not just going to step down. This is like his thing. And then that's also admitting that he needs to do it. Right? He's not going to do it. He's going to hold on. And it's like, even Trump's not going to step down if everyone's coming out and saying he's crazy or he's losing his mind or anything. Trump would never step down either. Right? That's just kind of who we're dealing with here. Just like politicians in general. They're not going to step down. They never step down. Look at Pelosi. Okay? I think she's like 88 years old. That's awesome if you live that long. I want to live that long. I want to live longer than that. I want to be, living my life, but it's time to pass the reins. Okay? Dianne Feinstein. She was being wheeled around in a wheelchair, right? And I feel bad. Okay, my grandma had a very rare disease where she was completely paralyzed. She had a neurological disorder. Okay? My close family member has MS, multiple sclerosis. They struggle with it all the time. My grandma was completely paralyzed. It just took over her whole body, and she couldn't even talk. We were just hand feeding her, okay, by the time she was about to pass, right? She couldn't move at all. She was just like frozen in her body, completely paralyzed. Slowly took over. It was a neurological disorder, very rare. There was only like 1,000 people in the whole world that had it at the time, all right? But these things are happening everywhere. I feel bad. Right? I'm empathetic to this situation, but at the same time, my grandma was not trying to run for president. My grandma was retired and living in her home, lived in our spare room, okay? And she was just trying to be a grandma and live with us in her last days, and we were taking care of her, all right? So that's appropriate. My grandma was not trying to be the president or be a senator or anything like that. Right, that's my point here. And my point also is that I feel bad for these situations. I understand. My very close relative has MS, and he's struggling with it. Right? So these things are in my family too. Neurological disorders, things like that. But we take them serious, right? And we don't push it, right? This is like abusive at this point, forcing someone that has these neurological conditions to keep facilitating this, right? It's almost becoming elder abuse to a certain extent, right? And just here's another example too. Just another article I had up I wanted to cover really quick too. Biden has been doing all these interviews recently, right? And they've been giving him the questions in advance, right? So just another thing. He can't even be given off the cuff questions because it might be an issue. It has to be rehearsed, he already has to have an answer for it, all right? And especially after that gaffe a few days ago where he's saying crazy stuff on that interview, all right? He can't even answer questions. Can't even spitball questions. So something's not right, right? We shouldn't have to be like catering to the president and his health conditions. It's kind of, it's sad. It's sad for our country. And just think of what everyone else is thinking of looking at us, these other countries that are adversarial to us. Their leaders think we're a joke, right? They do not feel threatened. They know that nobody is really at the wheel to stop things. And that's why things are getting so bad, because nobody's here to keep things in check, right? There's no checks and balances right now. It's all just, the foxes are in the hen house right now. They're raiding the hen house. They're taking over. And there's the farmer's conked out, sleeping. He doesn't even know what's going on. Right? Chickens are being eaten alive. And Farmer Joe is just off. He's taking a nap. He's sleeping in the field. Right? While the roosters are hollering. You got 5 roosters hollering and hooting at you. And that's our country, pretty much. Things are just out of control, right? Spiraling. Nobody can afford anything. It's a constant conversation I have with my wife. It's just how expensive everything is. Every week, we're trying to cut back on groceries and buy less or buy cheaper things or not get that or not get this, or we're gonna make this week instead of buying it. Just make it from scratch. And it just goes up every week. It never helps. It never goes down. We're always just spending more money. So everyone can feel it, all right? Everyone knows that the country is... This is part of the reason why the country is in the state that it's in, because our president might have Parkinson's. Okay, and just from a few years ago, watching videos from the 2020 campaign and everything to now, it's totally different. It's totally different, right? And something just being a little crazy here. All right, stick with me here. Just spitballing. Stick with me here. But one thing I've just seen people make memes about, joke around about, all right, is just body doubles, things like that. It's oh, doesn't he have a body double? That can talk or anything? But why would they send out a body double that can't talk? Right? I think it's him. I think it's most of the time it's him. I don't think they would just send out a body double that can't talk. Maybe that happens. I've seen pretty weird pictures. I'm not saying anything's happening, but I've seen some pictures where it's this doesn't really look like Biden. Even Trump. I've seen a lot of pictures of Trump where it's is there 2 Trumps or something? Sometimes there's people go to a meet and greet, and sometimes Trump, he looks a little different for some reason. He's looking a little different. There's just something. I don't know what it is. I can't even pinpoint it. And people think that, there's a body double for Trump too, and maybe he just sends them out to things he doesn't want to deal with or he doesn't want to go to. I don't know. That's just something I've seen online. I've seen people talk about before and showing pictures. It's like, I don't know, they kind of look a little different. There's like little things that are off, like their ears are a little different, or their, their eyelid is like a little different, or something like that. Something little. So it could be nothing. Could just be the photo, right? Sometimes I look totally different in pictures too, right? I'm like, that does not look like me at all, right? That can happen to anyone. But it's just something that I thought was interesting. People talk about it because it's just like, you would think they would send one out that could talk, but I think it's just him. I think it's him. I think a lot of it is an ego thing, which comes with the territory. Anyone that wants to really be in politics, especially very high level, is going to have some degree of ego attached to them, because that's part of the game. All right, it's part of the game. You want this power, you want this clout, you want this. So you don't want to give it up. At the same time, you get it. You finally get the power. You finally get the position that you wanted. And they're not just going to give it up. That's what I was saying. Biden's been running for 40 years at this point. He's been saying he's going to run for president, or he wants to be president. Literally since like the 80s, right? Going on 40 years, he's been saying this stuff. So maybe they're trying to force him out, right? Let me know what you guys think down below. Please just hit it up for me down there to help get this warning out. This is big, right? And there was news. Biden had a medical emergency last night. It was denied by the White House and everything. But then the next day, this comes out. So what's really going on? What's true? What's not? Who can we really believe? Can we really believe these official narratives? These are official White House logs to go in and out of the White House, right? And this guy was on here 8 different times. This one was just the most interesting one that I saw. So I put it on here because he was there for 7 hours. So let me know what you guys think. What was he doing there for 7 hours? This Parkinson's expert for Walter Reed Medical Center. Thank you guys. I hope you guys have big blessings for your life, your family, your homestead. And I hope you have a big old blessed day.